everyone. Thank you so very, very much for taking time out of your beautiful Sunday to join our co-founder today. Please, this is not an ordinary session. I believe this is a great way, a great foundation for each and every one of us to start out our 2026. So some of you, most of you are brand new, but serious leaders. This session is designated only for the super great leaders. And so congratulations for being here. You earned it to be here because we have already thousands of people on the team and it's less than 40 of us here. So that speaks volume about your work ethic. But I'll just take a minute to introduce actually our co-founder. Some of you are new, you have never probably met him on other corporate Zooms, but Matt, on behalf of this leadership team, honestly, I just want from the bottom of my heart to say thank you for your selflessness. That's exactly who I've actually known for the past 1 year. I've been knowing you now for a year. You are super selfless, and there are actually a few human beings on the face of this planet who are just like you. And we don't take it for granted. And so, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you meeting Matt for the first time, an entrepreneur to the core. He's been in business all his life, somebody who has really never had a regular job, owned 21 businesses, and hear me out really clearly. One of his businesses is sold it for $70 million. If that doesn't ring a bell. So he understands what he's doing. And I say this to say that we are at the right place at the right time, under the right leadership. And this is a very special session that he will be delivering. It's a workshop, so take copious notes. Yes, it's been recorded, but please, you want to make sure this is your chance to see the potential that this platform has. Most of you just excited about the Shopper app. The Shopper app, while it's great, it's going to pay great, but in my opinion, is the smallest paying portion of this platform. When I first saw Matt, went through the numbers, and he's going to go through that today. So Matt, again, on behalf of the leadership, sir, thank you so very, very much. Tell your wife we say thank you for allowing you on a beautiful Sunday to come hang out with us. We don't take it for granted. And Matt, the only way to thank you is you will see these faces that you see here on this screen. You very, very soon you will be able to actually, the names that you see here on this screen, very soon you'll be able to really put the faces to the name from the production, not just talk. These are not people who talk. They are people who are out there who hustle and build this business. And today they really want to see what's in it for them. So yeah, so show me the money. These are the show me the money kind of people. And I know I could not think of a better person to break it down than you. I've seen you do this over and over. So we have so we have business people, we have ministers here, and so we have a mix of we have affiliates. Everybody's here as an affiliate, and the goal is to end up making substantial amounts of money this 2026. So over to you, Matt.
All right, so then let's go into it. What I want to do today is go through two parts. I want to show you the two ways of making money in Booster. One is active way, the other one is passive way, correct? And the combination of both is absolutely the best thing to do. But I want you to understand both parts, right? So I created a PowerPoint. And I'm sorry, guys, it's a very amateur put together PowerPoint because I just did it in the last 2 hours. Unfortunately, I was super busy, but it doesn't matter. You will still understand it and we can go through it. And guys, after every segment here in these parts, if somebody will have a question, please just unmute your microphone and ask. But please, after you ask the question, mute your microphone back. All right. So building a booster business, like I said, we have an active and passive way to build a booster business. And let's talk first about the active way how to build your business. Now, the active way means that you build a local communities. And I know that many of you are part of churches, are part of or nonprofits, are really involved into your local communities. And I think for you, this should be extremely, extremely easy because I know that most of you are pretty well connected and respected, and this should really, really not be a big deal. So when you are creating a local community, you need to think about four types of members. You need affiliates like you. And you being the only one in your team will not be enough to create a local community. It's just impossible. It's too much work. Okay. Then you need merchants. I'm talking about small businesses because, as you know, the big businesses Booster is bringing on board. Booster shoppers, of course. Huh? And of course, you need the community partners. If you have all four of these parts in your team, you can really successfully build a local community. Now, what does it mean, local community? It means that you build a locally where you live or where you work. I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm not going to build a local shopping community in Los Angeles because I'm not there, because I need to build a community where I am, where I'm daily, where I can support people, where I can create shopping tours, where I know people. So, but of course, each of us knows people also maybe in different state, correct? But they become like you, they become their own leader. Yes, they're part of your team, but you are not building their shopping community. They are building their own shopping community. Somebody in a different city, the same thing, correct? They are building their shopping community because you don't live there. You're not there 24/7. The same thing in different country or a different continent. So you always build your community where your home is or where you work. That's up to you. Now, does that community need to be big? No. If it's a community that has maybe 10,000 to 20,000 population, you can do an amazing, amazing income already based on that. If you live in the area with 100,000 population, you will probably have a problem because you will probably need a year before you will build that 100,000 population there. But of course, the potential is much higher. Okay. So this could be small communities. Absolutely no problem. So how do you build these communities? You start with the core. The core is that this is you, and you decide, hey, yes, I want to build a local community. Step number one is you need to find other people like you, affiliates. Do they need to pay something? No, completely free affiliates, correct? But you should look for certain type of people. You need a good salesperson. Guys, I can tell you right now that I have friends that if I give them 1 pound of gold, pure gold in their hand, and tell them to go out and get $100 for it, they will not be able to sell it. Okay. So unfortunately, that's the fact. So you need somebody who is good in sales, who can sell ice to Eskimos. Not because he will be the one selling everything, but he will be the one helping others to get comfortable, others in your team to get comfortable in becoming a good salesperson. Then, of course, you need a good presenter. Guys, I'm sure that some of you are good presenters, but let's be honest, the fear of presenting is the biggest fear on the planet. I think almost 90% of people have a fear of presenting public stage, nah, public presenting. So this is actually one of the most difficult parts to do, to find a good presenter if you are not. I can tell you in my case, when I was in the other company and built a team of 165,000 people or 167,000 people, I think I had 7 presenters altogether in 165,000 people team. So that's super important to have a presenter. Then a connector. What I mean with the connector, somebody who knows local businesses. Okay. I will tell you an example here in Chattanooga that everybody loves, and actually many of our team members are using that person. He's actually a local drunk here. Okay. Don't get a local drunk, but he's a homeless guy, local drunk here, always outside, but everybody loves him. And he goes probably to 50 to 100 businesses every day, speak with the business owner, everybody gives him something, food or drink or something, everybody loves him. That kind of guy can open every door at every business, correct? I'm not saying you should find that kind of guy, but you understand the point. Somebody who can open doors in the businesses. And then, of course, a community link. And this is what? This is somebody who is high up in the church or in nonprofit organization, who is connected with churches. Because if you if you speak today with the priest or pastor, or sorry, it depends on the church and whatever it is, if he figures out how this can help the church, he can probably connect you with 20 other churches in the next 5 minutes. And now you have 20 community partners. The same thing with nonprofits and so on. So these are very, very important people. Now, when you, does that mean you need one of each? Great if you can get two of each or five of each, okay? But that's the groups that you should have in your team. Now, once you have that team, the core team set up, the next step is to increase that team. Many people are doing a big mistake. They register themselves and they say, oh, I'm going out and registering merchants. Great, you can do that, but you just cut your potential of earning for 90% because you depend just on yourself. That's a fact. That still you can do amazing good money. You can still, this can still be your full-time job and making 10 times more than in every life-sucking job. Okay, but it's far from what you can create if you have a core team. So once you have your core team, you start growing this team. How? First of all, we offer twice a week a Zoom presentation, correct? Every Monday and every Thursday, we offer a Zoom presentation. Invite them to that calls. Secondly, share your replicated website. Now Sam is guiding them through the registration. He will be very soon able to explain them everything and then guide them to their back office. So that's another big help. But guys, still, I know it's old fashioned, but the biggest results are done in person events. Absolutely. In-person events. And guys, to do this presentation that we are doing every Monday and Thursday on an in-person event, it's so easy. It's 90% done by AI. That 10% what you talk, it's what you need to talk. But why is this so important in-person event? First of all, I learned one thing when I was doing it, and I was doing it for a very long time. I never told people, event is there, come there. I never did that. I have always told people, hey, we have a presentation, I don't know, at 8 p.m. tonight, I don't know, in that hotel. I will come and pick you up at 7. And why I did that, so I always did pick up 3 to 4 people into my car and bring them there together. Why? Because we had time to talk about it already on the way there, give them the basic explanation. And once the presentation is over, I was still with the car in the car with them for the next 30 minutes because that's where the questions come up. And I was able to answer the questions, and that's why I so successfully grow my team. So I really suggest you to start local events as soon as possible in your area. Now, these are business infos. Now, of course, when you have the first 30 members, 30 affiliates, and I'm talking about free affiliates. Nobody needs to buy anything. It's just people who understand and understand what's going on. You should organize the first workshop. The workshop will be about 6 hours, and some of us will come and actually be your guest. It could be me, it could be Matthew, it could be Shannon. Okay, some of us three, whoever has time, will come to that workshop. You have no cost with it. We will fly there, we will take the hotel, we will make that workshop for you to help you succeed in your area. All right, that's our support. So that's the second step. Okay, then the next step is start registering merchants. Now, guys, this is where most of people fail. Okay, and please listen what I will explain now, because this is super important. So the first merchants you start registering is from warm contacts. And guys, many people are telling me, I don't know a merchant, or I know only one or two. If you know one, it's absolutely enough. One is enough, and I will explain you why. But once you register the first 5 merchants or so, what you do is how you register them. Actually, you don't need to sell them anything. If you are not good salesperson, you don't need to sell them anything. You just go there and explain them, hey, join for a free customer reward program that doesn't cost you nothing to get, nothing to use. Okay, we will start advertising your business by our members, and only if we have sent you our members into your store and you actually make a sale, Booster will charge you 1%, and you decide how much cashback you will give to that member. That's impossible that a merchant tells you no, because it's free advertising. Merchants are used on pay and pray advertising, meaning first pay and then pray that it works. Here, there is no pay and pray. It's just free program. Now, once you register him for this program, you also tell him, hey, you already have existing customers, correct? Sure. Would you like to get paid when your customer shops in other stores? What do you mean? Yeah, if your customer walks to Home Depot, would you like to get commission from Home Depot? He will tell you you're crazy. And you say, no, let me activate for you a free Customer Connect program. And here are table tents that I will put on your table. And when people come in, tell them just to tap the phone on that machine. And now they're registered under you and you're getting paid every time they shop in other stores. What do you think what they will say? What do you think the most of merchants, small businesses would say if they can earn money when their existing customer shops in other stores? If you have a pizzeria, somebody spends $20 by you, correct? But that same person spends probably $300 or $500 or $1,000 per month on groceries for his family. He spends on gas $100 or $200 to $300. He spends for vacation maybe $5,000 a year. Okay. And now you're getting paid on all of that for clothes, for restaurants. He cannot eat just your pizza 24/7. He's probably going to different restaurants and now you're getting paid. And this is, guys, super, super important. And then you can also tell him, hey, do you like that? And he will say, yeah, sure. And you can say, there is so much more. Let me ask you something. Do you know your neighbor? What do you think he will say? Yeah, let me activate your Partner Connect program. Just connect me with your neighbor. And if your neighbor will activate the program, all the sales that will done, you will get commission too. And that's all free. There's absolutely nothing you are charging to anyone. But this is the basics, how you get these merchants on board. Of course, all of these merchants will then start looking into AI and everything else, but you cannot do everything at the same time. We will have over 100 products for merchants. You cannot go in and explain him 100 products. But what I just explained you, everybody can show in 2 minutes. So then once you have the first 5 merchants registered, guys, this is where the magic happens. This is where this part depends if you fail or you make multi-million dollars just from your local shopping community. You need to create shopping tours. And now let me explain you exactly what I did in 2013 in Florida in Deerfield Beach. I have gone and registered merchants, that was still for my world, and my world charged $3,000 for a merchant to join to the customer reward program. $3,000. How much is by us? Free, correct? So they charged $3,000. I got one merchant, was a German restaurant in a plaza. It was like L-shaped plaza. There were 2 of them, opposite and a parking lot in the middle. Each of these plaza had 13 stores. I registered Eric, his name was Eric, with his restaurant, and I asked him, who else do you know? He says, everyone. I'm here for 25 years. In the first week, we registered 9 businesses in his plaza, and in the second week, 8. So altogether, we registered 17 businesses in his plaza. You know what I did then? Invited all of my affiliates and friends to go shop at these businesses to create revenue. Because one thing is registering a merchant for free, but if you don't bring revenue to that business, he will not be excited, correct? So the first shopping tour was 6 people. 6 people only. Me, my wife, 2 affiliates, and 2 friends. And we walked into 5 businesses, and each of us 6 made a purchase. You know how happy were the merchants? They registered, they got 6 customers. Wow, great, this works. And I recorded each of that going in and out, recorded everything, and I asked them for referral, video referral. So then I got a video referral. Wow, I registered for this program. I got 6 customers the first week. The second week, I think we had 14 people on the shopping tour. By week 6, we have 187 people on the shopping tour. Now imagine 187 people walking into a small business and every single one of them buys something. If it's $1, it's $1. It doesn't matter. If for merchants, it's important that people walk in, that they know what they sell, that they can introduce their business. Can you imagine the power of that? And that's what the shopping tour does. So what do you do there? You make a purchase. Everybody makes a purchase. You record that event, video record the entire event. You get recorded referral from that business. That helps you open other businesses. You invite this merchant to the next shopping tour. Guys, this is super important. Every time we had a shopping tour, we did 5 merchants at a time. We invited that 5 business owners to go with us to the next shopping tour next week. All of them came. Why? They want to know other businesses who are in. They want to work with them. They always want to contact with other businesses. You know, people are paying thousands of dollars for BNI or Chamber of Commerce and so on to meet other businesses. And they meet the same businesses every week. Here, they had the opportunity to meet new business owners, to establish contacts. So it's extremely powerful networking. And of course, invite them to the partner networking events, which is like BNI or like Chamber of Commerce, but will be booster powered events that we are working on them. Okay. So this part is extremely, extremely powerful. What will be the result? This will result in extremely happy merchant and as a result, many new referrals. Okay. That's the point. All right. So next step is then start with merchant networking events. Now, these merchant networking events, they are organized super simple and they don't cost anything. Now you have, I don't know, the first 10 or 20 businesses and you ask, hey, who want to host a networking merchant event in your business? What do you think? Every single one of them will say, yes, I want to do. Why? Because they want to get all of the other businesses inside. They want to meet them. They want to see if they can do something with them. And you tell them, okay, all you need to do is give us a space, put some snacks on it and some drinks, okay? And you will have 15 minutes to present your business in their place. So you have no cost with it, okay? People will love it. And what you do on that event, you as a representative of Booster, you explain how important it is to send customers to each other. You explain these merchants, hey, if you have a pizzeria and the other guy has, I don't know, a grocery store, send the customers there. You send the customer there because you make money. Refer customers to each other, correct? Because you are making money. It's the first time that you don't want to steal customers to each other. You want to refer customers to each other. I want my customer to shop at Ian or Rosalind or whoever. It doesn't matter because I'm getting paid. And you are happy because you got new customers without paying for advertising. Then, of course, they can start barter with each other because we are releasing our own barter platform. And this is where you explain them about the Booster tool, about AI voice agent, about Booster Ignite, about these things. These are the opportunities where you have to bring out other stuff that Booster is offering in front of 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 businesses. That's how easy you grow. You see something, I have never mentioned go out and register shoppers. You know why? Because that's not your job. That's a job of the merchant and the job of the marketing campaign. Your job is first build a core team of affiliates. These affiliates go out to register merchants, help the merchants support, do the events, and let the shoppers be registered by the merchants and by the marketing campaigns. So just if somebody doesn't understand yet Customer Connect program, okay? Because I know I got sometimes questions, what is Customer Connect program? Guys, it's the easiest thing on the planet that we invented. If this is a merchant, he has now these table tents at the location, correct? Which you guys will be able to order on your Booster store, okay? And you can give them for free or you can sell it to the merchant. It's absolutely up to you, okay? I personally suggest give it for free. Why? Because when shoppers register, you are making money. If you can sell it, it depends. Maybe some merchants will say, yeah, I want that. Yeah, I don't know, it's $7 a piece. You have 20 tables, $140. Okay, here it is. Good. But if somebody is not 100% sure, it's in your interest that every shopper who walks through that door gets registered. And you have also much cheaper version, like a sticker that is like $1. So you have 4 different versions that you can provide to a merchant. Now, when a shopper taps the phone, all he needs to do is just tap the phone. That's it. Now the app is downloaded. Now the shopper has the app. Now, because the shopper has the app, he's getting cashback, correct? He's not saving money. But not just saving money on cashback. He also has all the AI tools. He can get insurance. He can get VPN service. He can get loans. He can get credit cards. He can get whatever he wants, mortgages, okay? Whatever he wants through on the Booster app. Now, every time this member uses this app for anything, shopping anywhere or buying any AI products or whatever, the shopping volume commission is created, correct? And the merchant gets 25% of that shopping volume commission, correct? The rest goes to the affiliates. So now the merchant is happy. Guys, if you do this correctly, you will have merchants in your area who will in 1 year earn more money from people shopping in other stores than they do when people shop by them. You will have merchants who will retire. You will have merchants who will sell their businesses and say, I want to get out of this life-sucking job, because being a business owner is, everybody who is knows exactly what I'm talking about, okay? And now you have a completely residual income as a business. And when you sell a business, you can decide and you can sell this revenue with the business, which means your business is worth more, or you can send us a request and we move all of these benefits to you as a person. And this is your retirement plan. Okay. So this is the best retirement plan for business owners, if you ask me, that it's out there. Okay. Now, of course, Partner Connect program, it's very similar, but in Partner Connect program, merchants refer you to other merchants, correct? And this is, guys, what you will see what happened to me. That Eric referred me to, I think, 3 or 4 people there. Then these 3 or 4 refer me to others. That's how we got the 17 businesses. But guys, after 2 weeks, when we got 17 businesses, I had every day between 5 and 10 businesses to sign up based on referrals. And you know how easy it was? Because I didn't need to convince them anymore. Because the person who referred me told them, this is the best thing I have ever seen. I got 178 customers walking through my business and buy something because I registered there. You need to do it. I had cases where they didn't even want to see me, the businesses. They just send me a contract. That's it. They didn't even want me to go there. But what happens, guys, in this case, if you're alone, if you're one person, you can only do so much every day, correct? That's why you need a team. Because even if you live in a small city, you will need probably 5 to 10 people who will just sign up merchants every single day. That's how fast this grows after your first marketing campaigns. Okay. And of course, guys, what happens? So that merchant, what do you need to do from the merchant who has a Partner Connect program? You need to take his code, registration code for the Partner Connect program. And then you go to a merchant that he referred you, you register that merchant with his code, which means he's under the merchant, correct? That merchant makes 25% and the rest is for affiliates. Okay. Okay. So chambers, nonprofit churches, schools, and so on, guys, why they're so important? First of all, it's a new revenue stream for them. And we will offer 2 options here. If that organization is registered as a nonprofit, and if they feel they would have an issue with having a for-profit revenue inside, then we will pay them out these commissions in form of donation. Okay. So Booster will give a donation. I don't know, every week or every month, we'll agree and give them a donation in the amount of the shopping volume commission. Now, many of these organizations don't have an issue in getting it directly as a commission, so they will get it in real time. And so they raise money for their organization by helping people. Instead saying somebody, hey, can you please donate? I know you're in a bad spot. I know, everything, it's hard life out there, but please, can you help us? They can say, hey, let me help you. Download a free app. It's called Booster app. Just tap your phone here. And with this app, you will save money in stores where you already shop. So I'm helping you saving money. But we have a deal with this company that they give us a donation every time when somebody in our organization uses that app. So I would appreciate if you'd use that app on every purchase you do, because with that, you automatically support us, correct? That's what nonprofits should do. The same thing for merchants. Tell them, hey, I would appreciate if you tap your phone and join to a customer loyalty program and other things there. Doesn't cost you anything, but we have a deal with getting new customers. You will learn, blah, blah, blah. But you help us automatically. So we help you, you help us, and there is no cost. Now, what will be the result? Of course, so many people, especially in US, are connected with churches, are connected with nonprofits. That will result in a huge amount of new registration of shoppers and merchants, correct? So then the next step is, guys, local events, fairs, trade shows. We're still in the process of designing. We will have different kind of trade booths. We will have a small, very cheap one, a bigger one, or a monster one, okay, that you will be able to get. And then you can go and officially represent Booster on local events, on fairs, on shows, and so on. And why is that important? I will tell you one thing. I tested this out in the other company, because when I was the CEO, I've done a bunch of testing. And what happened is, if an affiliate normally registered, I don't know, 1 merchant a day, a really good affiliate, 1 merchant a day, because why? It was not free, it was $3,000. But us, it's free, so it's a different story, but okay. If they register 1 merchant a day, on a fair, they register 10 times more. Because if you go on a local fair or event, there are hundreds of merchants or thousands of merchants. And if you show them the technology and they just tap the phones and register, you can register so many more merchants that way. If you are part of Chamber of Commerce, you should probably represent Booster in Chamber of Commerce. If you are part of BNI, you should present it there. And you should then later on, once we have this setup, you also organize business fairs and events in the name of Booster, so that the Booster itself organizes these events locally where we have a bunch of merchants. So results, again, more customers registration, more merchant registration, brand recognition, correct? That's super important. And then the last step is the grand opening, where we will provide you with balloons, posters, and so on. So Booster will provide you huge amount of marketing materials, and Booster will also pay for a marketing campaign, or we will organize a marketing campaign in your area. Okay, and all of these people from this marketing campaign will be registered under you, will be your local marketing campaign. Okay, and what should be the result? What is the goal? To have 30 to 40% of local merchants and 40 to 50% of local population having the Booster app. Okay, so this is how you actively build Booster business. All right, based on customer reward program. Okay, the rest comes automatically. Why does the rest come automatically? Because if you register a merchant for customer reward program, which is free and the easiest thing to do, he will sooner or later start buying AI tools, because when he comes to events and so on, and he learns, he gets tools. A shopper registers for the app for what? To get cash back. But once he has the app, he can see Ignite, AI Friend, and all of the other stuff. And that's why Sam needs to do a good job inside. That's why Sam is our biggest project inside that we are working on, okay? And needs to be perfect before the first marketing campaign. But that's your entire Booster business. Now, let's talk about earnings on that, and then we will discuss a little bit. I'm sure somebody has some questions about it, but let's go through the earning potential. First of all, you understand that how do you get paid from all of this? You get paid from a shopping volume commission, correct? Now, depends on what that person purchases. If that person goes to a store, let's say buys a gift card, you get paid instantly the moment he buys a gift card, correct? You get your commissions. If he goes to a local store, you get paid instantly. If he shops online at online store, it could take 30 days, even 60 days sometimes, because it takes time before we get approval from that store that that sale was done and that there was no return, because online stores have big return policies. Okay. Now, the commission there is up to 1%. Why I'm saying up to 1%? In 90% of the cases, it's always 1%. But if somebody puts gas in their car, it cannot be 1%. Why? Because or goes shops Amazon. We have Amazon now in 9 countries. We are not approved yet in US. We are working on it like crazy, negotiating with them. But the problem is, I will tell you right now, if we manage to get Amazon, they're willing to give us 0.9% commission in total. Now from 0.9%, we need to pay the shopper, correct? We need to give him cash back. Okay. So we cannot give 1% shopping volume commission if we got 0.9 and we need to pay the shopper, and we need to pay the transaction fees and everything else. It's very, very difficult. So in about 90% of the stores, so all the small stores, absolutely 100%, and majority of gift cards and majority of online stores, it's 1% shopping volume commission, correct? Physical products, we will start selling more and more physical products. You will start seeing that in Booster will be 10%. AI and digital services, which will be a huge, huge, huge deal. You need to understand that an average merchant, when we are ready, will spend $2,000 to $3,000 a month in Booster. Who fully integrates into the Booster platform. And of course, a huge deal is the Power Shopper upgrade. And this is something that I really need you to understand. You know that we have 2 options for a shopper. You can be a free shopper and you get 50%, you get a certain amount of cashback, correct? Let's say 5% cashback. But if you're a Power Shopper, you get 10% cashback, correct? How is that possible? Because what we do, if we have a deal with the merchant, that the merchant pays us 10%, okay? If the shopper is free, we give 5% to the shopper. Then we need to pay affiliates, correct? Okay? And the company needs to make money. If the shopper is a Power Shopper, then the entire 10% we get from the merchant, we give to that shopper. We are not taking anything, affiliates are not taking anything, correct? But what are affiliates getting? 50% of that monthly fee. So if the shopper pays $5 a month, affiliates get 50%, which is $2.50. And I can tell you something, we have done so much research on it. 50% of of Power Shopper subscription is probably 3 to 4 times more money than 1% of the shopping volume commission on actual shopping. Because many shoppers shop once a month. Many shoppers shop every 3 months doing something through the app. They forget. They just forget. Okay. That's why the Power Shopper option is extremely, extremely strong. Guys, we are coming out with a new platform, and all of you should be on January 16 on our founder call. That will be the biggest game changer in the history about how shoppers can shop. Okay. The biggest game changer. That I'm telling you that if they forget they're booster members, if they forget about the app, if they forget about everything, they will still get cashback and you will still get paid. Okay? So I cannot say more on the 16 that will be relieved, but just that part will probably time 3 value of our company. Just that one thing that we will announce on the 16. All right? So now we know that these shopping volume commissions are paid 10 levels deep, correct? If you make the sale, you get 25% of that. If your direct made the sale, 20% and so on. So 10 levels deep. So now let's just do some examples here. So how do you profit? You profit from shopper to shopper referral, correct? Now guys, how will you get shoppers? Let's clarify how will you get shoppers. First of all, some of your family members will be shoppers, correct? Some of people that you invited to a call to become affiliates and they're just not business minded, they just don't get it, but they want to save money. They will be shoppers, correct? But this is a small amount of people. How will you get much more shoppers? Through marketing campaigns, correct? Directly given to you. And how you will get probably the biggest amount of shoppers if you are really active? By registering merchants. Because the merchants will register hundreds and hundreds of customers in their stores. No marketing campaign on planet can come even close to the amount of shoppers you can get through the merchant. And the other thing is that if you build a local shopping community, the average usage of the app will be probably 10 times higher than from a shopper got from marketing campaign. Because that shopper from marketing campaign can be in the city where we have 10 big box stores and he has online stores, but we don't have nobody built at the local community, correct? There are no small businesses. If you build at a local community in small businesses and you have there 40-50% of population, most of them will use the app on a daily basis. And you can make 10 times more money that way. So we know that you get 25% of the shopping volume commission for every purchase done from all the direct shoppers. It doesn't matter if they come from you or from marketing campaign or whatever, 20% indirect and so on, 10 levels deep, okay? So this could create you thousands and thousands and thousands of shoppers or 10,000s of shoppers that way. The second way is profit from merchant to shopper referrals. This is of course 1,000 times stronger. Why? Because you register a merchant and whatever that merchant spends in Booster, you make 25%, correct? He is your direct member. But he registers shoppers, they're now your indirect member. But the difference is, you see, there's not one shopper. There's probably 5, 10, 100,000 or even 5,000 or even 10,000 shoppers could be in some big businesses who are directly registered under the business. And now you're making 20% of them. But of course, now these shoppers also register other shoppers. Why? Because we will create incentives in the app. They're not there yet, okay? But we will create special incentives for a shopper to register other shoppers, okay? They will get a bunch of things. So we will really make sure that an average shopper will register 2 or 3 other shoppers. That's our goal once we are completely integrated and everything works perfectly. And of course, again, this goes 10 levels deep. So the numbers of shoppers, the amount of shoppers here is extreme. It's out of the world. That's why being an active member, it's a potential that I have personally never seen in my life. Absolutely not. And then, of course, this one is very, very unique. Guys, this was built into this, what I'm showing you right now. I put probably 4 months of thinking about it, calculations, making sure that it's sustainable. And the reason is that we wanted affiliates to be okay going to any merchant in their lifeline. So let me explain you in a different way. In the old company where I was in, if I have gone to register a merchant, I made my commission. If I have gone register indirect merchant, I made my commission. Third level, I made some commission, then nothing anymore. So what happened if, let's say, Ian would have a business that I registered and he would refer me to, Carlister, I would go because I'm still making money. If then he would refer me to Chantal, or Carlister would refer me to Chantal, I would still go. To Rosalind, I would still go. But further down, I didn't have any interest to go because I didn't make money, correct? So what we created is a system that it's completely out of this world. So basically, if this is you and you go and register a merchant, that's your direct, correct? You make 25%. Now we know that that merchant registers shoppers. They're your indirect 20%. And if that shopper registers another shopper 15%, you know that from the previous slide. But now if this merchant refers you another merchant, okay, now that merchant is your indirect, correct? Because the shopper is out of this line. Shopper is not part of that line. Shopper is a different line. It's just for the merchant there. Now here's what the magic happens. If this second merchant refers you to the third merchant, you're still making 20%. If the third merchant refers you to the fourth merchant, you're still making 20%, which means unlimited levels deep. Unlimited levels could be 10,000 levels deep. Okay, the merchant is always your second level. You're always making 20%. Okay, always. Now, when does that stop? If let's say this merchant, let's call them A, B, C, D from top down. Let's say merchant D, okay, has registered an affiliate or has upgraded, the owner has upgraded to the affiliate. And now he goes and registers a merchant. Now, from this merchant that he registered, you're making 15%. So it's the same level between you and the next affiliate. Make sense? So if there are no affiliates in that line that we are talking about, between you and the 10,000 merchant down there, it still counts as your indirect. If there is one affiliate, then that one counts as your third level. This makes one thing sure, that somebody who will focus on registering merchants, and I know many people who will do this as a full-time job because they will do this for a couple of months and retire, okay? They will now have interest to go out and register any referral they get, doesn't matter how deep in their organization it is. All right, so now just to show you projected earnings, and then we can open microphones and talk about it, of the active part, because then we're going to the passive part. Projected earnings. So let's say that you are a person who hates somebody else to be successful. You're the only one who needs to succeed. But you also hate your own success because you never you never told anyone about this opportunity. All you do is you go out and register merchants. And guys, all of you are busy people, correct? All of you have your lives, your jobs, okay? So I don't go here to crazy numbers. But can you spend, I'm talking about being active, can you spend 3 hours a month for this business? 3 hours a month or 1 hour a week? You should, because if not, you're not active. Then okay, you can still be passive, but don't tell us you're active if you are not spending 1 hour a week. If you spend 1 hour a week, you will absolutely register minimum 5 merchants every month. Minimum 5 of them. And believe me, and I'm put here an example that a merchant spends $1,000 a month with Booster. Will spend much more, but I wanted to go to minimum numbers. And if you that just for 12 months, and then you stop, you say, I'm done with Booster, okay? Month number 1, you earn $312. Second month, $625. Third month, $933. Fourth month, $1,200. After 12 months, you earn $3,750 per month. If you stop registering any merchants, if you didn't go and take any referrals for any of them, absolutely nothing. You just spent an hour a week, okay, which is what, 4 hours a month, or a year, that's 48 hours a year in this business. You are on $3,750 monthly income. What if the merchant spends $2,000 instead $1,000? What I think will for sure be, it would be already $7,500 income. And that's a residual income, correct? Continuous coming. But we forget one thing, that merchant has a SAM inside. And what will SAM do? Every time a new product is implemented into Booster, SAM will speak with that merchant and try to sell him that product. What will happen when you will have a merchant who does $10,000 a month with us? Guys, there are small businesses right now out there who spend $10,000 a month just on the AI customer support agent. This is crazy. This is crazy how much money is here inside. You could have merchants who will, or who a merchant who has more location. Let's say Marco has now a merchant in Croatia that he's signing up with 147 locations, car parts. That merchant will spend probably $100,000 a month just on AI models. Imagine how much money is there. Okay. So, but this example that you see here is you alone. Basically, you didn't tell about Booster to anyone, you didn't invite anyone to anywhere, and you only spent 48 hours in the first year in doing Booster. Projected earnings, if you're not so selfish, if you get 2 affiliates, okay? If you bring, maybe to get 2 affiliates, you will probably need to bring 3, 4, 5 people to our Zoom calls. You should have 2 affiliates. Just with 2 affiliates who do the same, absolutely the same as you, only register 5 merchants a month, okay? So again, they also work 48 hours a year. Your revenue now, okay, goes to $138,650 per month after the first year. That's the power of duplication.
They can see it, Matt. It's right at the bottom. I want everybody to see that. Maybe take a screenshot.
It's here in the bottom. It says, yeah, there's a graph, and under the graph, it says this illustrates the exponential earning potential, reaching a staggering $138,650 in total monthly earnings across the 10 levels. That's if you do 2 affiliates. Now, I will tell you one thing. Can somebody do 3 affiliates? Register 3 affiliates. And I didn't want to go further. But if you register 3 affiliates, who duplicate the same, only 5 merchants a month, and this is duplicated 10 levels deep, your monthly income after first year is $3.7 million a month. A month. Guys. And this does not include any shoppers you got from marketing campaigns. This does not include any money you make on tokens. This does not include any money if you are a co-owner of the company, if you have shares when you sell them. That doesn't include absolutely anything. And all you did here, you have never registered shoppers. All you did here is register 3 active affiliates who do the minimum, which is 5 merchants a month registration, and they duplicate that. So this is the potential of the active part of the business. Active income, correct? How to actively build. I hope this is now understandable. Now, one thing, if you're actively building, is not just the shopping volume commission that we spoke now. And as you can see here, with you registering 5 merchants a month for a year, and you register 3 people who do the same for a year, and this duplicates 10 levels deep, $3.7 million per month income. I think that's more than anybody need here on this call, or all of us together, probably more than all of us together need on this call every month. But on top of that, you are also getting career automatically based on what you build, correct? Because guys, as you know, we have now 8 career levels. And as you know, if you build a shopping community, what does that mean? That means revenue, means shopping, correct? So how much people do you need in your local shopping community to become career level 1? That they spend $100,000 a month? Nothing. That's a very small number. Maybe you have 100 businesses who each spend $1,000. Maybe you have I know 1,000 shoppers who each spent $100 a month. 1,000 shoppers times $100 a month, it's $100,000, correct? Or 500 shoppers, $200 a month, it's $100,000 revenue. And that already brings you into the career level. Now, what does that give you? It pays you additional $200 cash every month, correct? In career level 1, you get all of the shopping volume commission plus additional $200 cash every month. Plus what you're getting, 1% of customer distribution from marketing campaign. Level 2, $250,000 every village. If you live in a small village with 1,000 people, you can be level 2 just based on their local shopping. $250,000 a month in shopping is nothing. But that gives you, on top of the shopping volume commission, $500 a month in cash, and you participate in 1.5% customer distribution. Level 3, $1,000 cash. Level 4, $2,000 cash. Level 5, $4,000 cash. Level 6, $8,000 cash every single month. Level 7, $20,000 cash, and level 8, $50,000 cash. That's just cash every month on top of everything what you learned before. Plus, of course, customer distribution for marketing campaign. The higher level, the more distribution. Now, of course, in career level 6, you also get a new car. You have an option to choose from 3 different cars. Okay, BMW X4, the convertible, or the X, the SUV, or the sedan. It's always the BMW 4 in booster colors with booster logos, and you know that represents your success. So you have a vehicle there. So guys, this is just on top of everything. Now, if when you come to career level 7 and 8, and I can tell you right now, I expect probably 1,000 to 2,000 people in president team in the next 5 years. And in that team, you are getting not just, you know, $20,000 or $50,000 a month plus a double or quadruple customer distribution. And of course, you have the car, but you also receive revenue share of the company. So we are creating a revenue share pool of the company where a certain amount of the entire revenue of the entire company worldwide will be in that pool and will be split between people who are in level 7 and 8. If you are level 7, you get a certain amount. If you are level 8, you get double amount. This is just on top of what you already know, correct? Is that clear here, or is that anything, I just want to make sure that this is understandable, the career level, okay? That there are no requirements for it, absolutely no requirements. You don't need to do anything else as make shopping. That's it. You spend personal shopping. That's super important. Why? Because, you know, if you are part of Booster and you don't use Booster for yourself, then it's something wrong. Then something doesn't make sense. So do you eat? Yes. Does you and your family spend $300 a month for groceries, gas, vacations, whatever, blah, blah, blah? I'm sure they do. Okay. Or if they don't, buy an AI model, buy a subscription to your sales assistant, subscription to a personal friend, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. So this is just additional reward. Now let's go to the passive income stream. Okay, there are 3 ways how you can completely passively profit from Booster. One is from the marketing campaign. The second thing is have equity in Booster in the company, and the third thing is the Booster tokens. Okay, so now let's talk first about the marketing campaigns, guys, and very short because I hope that everybody understands marketing campaigns. The marketing campaigns are the way how Booster will grow. We do not expect that we will get millions of shoppers because of affiliates. We do not expect that. Why don't I expect that? Because been there, done that for 15 years and it never happened. Okay. So that's why I never say to affiliates, go out and register shoppers. That's why I never say to affiliates, go into every city on the planet and register one merchant in each city, because that will never do anything for you. The only way as an active affiliate to be successful, you build a local shopping community. That's the only way. Okay. If you're active. Right? Now, marketing campaigns. Let me give you 3 examples here. And I'm sticking just to the customer reward program, nothing else. There are 3 major cashback apps that are number 1, 2, and 3 worldwide. The first one is Rakuten. If you don't have Rakuten, download the Rakuten app and see how much less merchants they have than we do, and how much less cashback they have than we do. Okay, Rakuten has 20 million members in US, from which 35 to 45% are actively shopping every month, which means between 7 and 9 million of users are actually using the app. Do they have AI? No. Do they have other products? No. Just for saving on shopping. They are primarily just in US. They're not all over the world. Okay. And you know how much they're worth? 10 to 11 billion dollar is their market cap on that app. We are right now have more merchants, okay, than they do, better cashback than they do, and bunch of tools that they don't have. But they're 10 to 11 billion dollar company right now. Then you have Ibotta is the second app. Okay, you can download, you can try it. It has 10 to 15 million users in US. 40 to 50% of them are active, so between 6 and 7.5 million. Okay, they're only in US. They do not function anywhere outside US, and they are worth 1.6 to 2 billion dollars. The company, just based on that. Okay, then you have Upside, which if you live in US, you have heard of it. If you don't live under the rock, okay, because they advertise themselves on radio stations all the time, correct? When you turn on the radio, you hear Upside. They focus only on gas stations and groceries. They have 35 million users. They lie like hell in every ad that they do. They say that they give you up to 25%, 25 cents back per gallon of gas, which they do for the first time you use it, and then you get 1 to 2 cents back after that. Okay, but it's a good advertising, and they got very successful. So 30 to 40% of their users are actually using the app. You see, they have a little bit lower than Ibotta. Why? Because they lie in their ads. Okay, uh, so that's 10 to 14 million people are actually using it. They're only in US, and their estimate valuation is $1 billion. Okay, now limitations of their platform, if we compare this to Booster, okay, significantly fewer e-gift card partners. Nothing against us, or like I can say nothing against what we have. Most of them have no local merchants. They do not offer savings at local merchants. Okay, lower average cashback rates. They're approximately 30% lower cashback than we offer because of our Power Shopper version. Okay, no merchant program to create additional revenue for merchants. So there is no incentive for a merchant to register customers, which we have, correct? Because the merchants, if he registers a customer, he's getting paid if his customers shop in other stores. Okay, no AI shopping assistant, nothing. No shopping list functionality inside, absolutely nothing. And this is their value. Guys, what are we officially valuing Booster right now that we are selling the shares? On $100 million. Each of these companies from 10 to 100 times more worth than Booster, but they have nothing what Booster have. They have just cashback and basic cashback. So the valuation of Booster, our internally, you know that official valuation is $478 million outside valuation, but internally that we offer shares to our members, it's based on 100 million valuation. So these are the competitors, and why I'm showing this slide only for one reason, because all of these competitors have grown to what they are through marketing campaigns. They don't have an affiliate program. They don't have people going out and registering merchants. They did that based on marketing campaigns. Okay, that valuation and that amount of customers. So we will have two core marketing campaigns. One will be focused on consumers. Okay, that will be absolutely the major one. And then will be smaller campaigns registered on merchants and affiliates to register them. Okay. Now, the core consumer campaign, the first one is almost ready, will be in US. Okay. The financing for that campaign will launch January 16 if everything goes well. That's the goal. That means in what, 12 days. Okay. And will be a smaller campaign. This will not be $1 million campaign. Why not? The first 2 to 3 months, these campaigns will be smaller. Why? Because we need to figure out what works the best. What kind of advertising works the best, okay? So the actual campaign will start 30 days after the financing is open. So our goal is that between January 16th and February 15th, we raise the full amount that the campaign will cost. How much will that be? I don't know yet. We are still getting the data together, but probably somewhere around $100,000 or $150,000 will be this first campaign, okay, a total campaign. Now, who is eligible for this campaign? All the affiliates. The primary goal is first test campaign, okay? Expected cost per registration. Guys, this is very, very important, okay? When you start a marketing campaign, there is data out there. How much does it cost? How much money will you spend per customer acquisition? So how much will it cost you to get a download of the app? And this varies. It's between $1.50 and $3. And this is why we want to test out the first 3 months campaign in different ways to figure out what kind of campaigns we need to run to come down to $1.50 per registration. Okay? That's our goal. We are not here to spend money, to throw money through the window. We need to get the perfect way of doing it. So maybe the first one that we do will the customer acquisition cost be $3 per shopper, which means if we do a $100,000 campaign, we will have 33,000 new people register. Okay. Next one, we already maybe do better and do $1.50 per campaign. So if we spend $100,000, 70,000 people get registered. But we also want to implement something very unique. And this is that we create campaign in the way that they go viral. Meaning one thing is watching an ad, correct? Everybody's doing ads on social media and so on. But other thing is to creating a campaign in a way that it's so good that that user who watched the campaign is sharing it and liking it. That's for free. That part is free, correct? Then we can come to the point that maybe we spend $0.50 per customer acquisition, that we don't need to pay for it if we do it that good. And that's our goal. But that will go through the next 2 to 3 months. Will be a bunch of testing, bunch of changing. Maybe a campaign will stop after a week because the results are not good, and we will change it with a different one, and so on. Okay, but the first campaigns are starting. We are getting ready for it. Now, how will be the people distributed that are registered through this campaign? 60% of people will be given as a direct registration to people who finance the campaign, correct? So let's do an example. We spent $100,000 on campaign. Let's say for easy calculation, we register 100,000 customers. So which means $1 cost per acquisition. In that case, 60,000 of them would be given to people who finance $100,000 of that campaign, correct? Now, if you finance $1,000 from $100,000, that means you would own 1% of that. That means you would get 600 direct customers registered under you, correct? Okay, just for calculation, okay? Then another 2% is given to FCM members. How many of you here are Founding Circle members? Many, correct? Yeah. And you guys have your own calculation based on where you were as a Founding Circle member. And this is probably the best thing that could happen. Why? Because this is every campaign worldwide without you thinking about anything. It doesn't matter where on the planet, when on the planet, we do a campaign. You get these customers just because you were on the right spot at the right time, correct? Then another 2% under it, it says coming soon, passive, okay? So we have, and Ian, I know you were one of them, when we closed down the Founding Circle member, telling me, oh my God, can we do something? I have other people who didn't become Founding Circle members and would like to do it, okay? And we are not reopening Founding Circle membership. We are not doing that. But what we will offer is a certain amount of tokens that will come also with a customer distribution, okay? Which means end of the day, this will create the same completely passive way of getting customers like for the Founding Circle members, okay? So we will announce this on the 16th. So we will know exactly, and it should be up and running on the 16th. Then, of course, another 2% is actively shopping. So guys, you should be the best user of the app. So for every $1,000 you spent on the app, and it doesn't matter if it's grocery shopping or is buying AI models or is buying in our online store or whatever you do, it doesn't matter. For every $1,000 spent, you participate in the distribution of the customers from the next month marketing campaign. If you spend $2,000, you get double. If you spend $3,000, you get triple. Okay, very simple. Then the next one is 2% merchant registration. So for everybody who is active, goes out and register a merchant. The moment you will register the merchant for Customer Reward Program, Customer Connect Program, and Partner Connect Program, you will participate in the distribution, okay? Guys, just to make clear something, if you send a link to a merchant or you register a merchant and he does not complete his profile and he does not activate a Customer Reward Program or buy something, that doesn't mean anything. That's just a number. Okay, so he doesn't need to buy anything for you to be eligible, but he needs to activate the Customer Reward Program. Nah? then you are already eligible for that distribution. And of course, the 14% of people go through the career levels, correct? I know Ian, we already have, I think, 4 people now in career levels, correct? Career level 1. I think very, very soon after we start the first marketing campaigns, we will have people going level 2, level 3, level 4. I think by the end of the year, we should have a nice group of people, level 6 minimum, having a bunch of new cars driving around. But that's the distribution. So here is just a little bit more example. So let's say that campaign cost was $200,000 and has resulted in 100,000 new registration. Affiliates with personal shopping would get 2,000 members distributed from that 100,000, correct? 2%. Affiliates who register merchants would also get 2,000 members. Affiliates in career levels would get 14,000 members. Founding circle members would get 2,000 members. The new passive income that I'm saying will be also 2,000 members, and the campaign financing will get 60,000 members, correct? So now this is, let's say if I go back to Rita, okay? Rita, you're saying you cannot register merchants in your country, you cannot register shoppers in your country. Makes sense. Absolutely agree. But if you finance the campaign, you can get thousands and thousands of customers from US, and then you don't care if you register shoppers and merchants in your country. I know you cannot get it through personal shopping because you have nowhere to shop, correct? So the first part, number one, get customers through personal shopping probably doesn't work for you. Get customers through registering merchants doesn't work for you, except if you register them in other countries. Career levels absolutely works for you because if you build your team of networkers, you can grow in career level, absolutely. So this is the customer distribution through marketing campaign. Ian, do you want to add something here on the marketing campaign, or I don't know if it's something?
It's crystal clear, Matt. It's straightforward.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so then the next is, of course, Booster International ownership shares. Guys, I showed you the value of Ibotta, Rakuten, and Upside with one product, customer reward program. That's it. How many products we have right now? About 20 right now. How many we will have? About 100 in 2026. Okay. Will we do marketing campaigns like they do? Yes, but much bigger. Why much bigger? Because I have done research how much they spent on marketing, and they spend much less than we want to spend on marketing. So which means that these companies, value of their company should be nothing against the value of the company of Booster. But that just on cashback part. What about personal AI friend? Our competitor is worth $3 billion. What about customer service AI representative? Our competitor is worth $2 billion. Okay. What about Booster Ignite? Our competitor is worth, I think, $1.6 billion. Okay. So valuation of the company could be insane. And now I need to explain you what we offer. We are offering 5% of the company. So you can become a co-owner of 5% of the company. And this is all official. You get share certificates. You get registered in the company registration. Okay, for that. You also have an option on the business cards that you will receive from Booster that will actually say that you are a shareholder in Booster. So not just an independent affiliate, which is the affiliate business card, but will be also independent affiliate and shareholder inside. We put a valuation of the company on $100 million, which is stupid because official valuation we have is 470 and something. And why we decided to share 5% is because we need to raise $5 million. Through the next 6 months, we need to raise $5 million. Why? To finish the development. Development costs are crazy. There are 1,000 people working on it. The costs are out of control. And we do not do sales yet, correct? We didn't launch yet. Once we start marketing campaigns, once we start getting shoppers registered and they start using it, yes, we will start creating revenue, correct? Then it's easier. But for the next 6 months, however we turn it around, we will still need $5 million to get everything done what we need to have done. Now, what happens if we don't do that? We still survive. But what happens? We stop development, which means we have what we have, which you will see a bunch of products presented now on the 16th that are ready. Okay, we have what we have. We go through the marketing campaigns, and then maybe after 6 months, when we have enough revenue from actual users already, we start again development and develop the other things. But you know me, you know that I would like to finish this project till end of 2026. I spoke about it multiple times, and in addition to the revenue that we will create, we need to raise a minimum $5 million to get this done. Now, one option to do that would be sell to outside investors, which we will do if we don't sell the shares to affiliates. So I can tell you that right now. We will wait another month or two, and if we see that the sale of shares doesn't go well to affiliates, we will actually go and sell 5% of the company to the outside investors, probably for more money than 5 million. But we don't want them. Why? Because as you guys know, then they can affect what you do. They don't care about your company. They just care about profits, nothing else. They don't help you grow. I have never seen an investor in Silicon Valley who would go out and register merchants. Okay. But I'm sure that an affiliate who is also a co-owner of the company, because he's a shareholder, will have a much bigger interest to go out and register merchants, correct? And create a local community. So 5%, 5,000 shares in total. Why 5,000 shares? Because the company has officially issued 100,000 shares. So 5% is 5,000 shares, okay? And if the valuation is $100 million, that means that one share has a valuation of $1,000, okay? So these shares are available now on the back office. And you can purchase them if you wish. Like I said, we will wait another 2 months. If we don't sell minimum 2% in the next 2 months, we will just go and sell it somewhere else, because I don't want them to stop development. Now, important thing here to understand is why you have a massive value if you're a co-owner of Booster. So you have proprietary AI systems. So guys, everything what we do in Booster, we development. We are not doing white label solutions. So most of companies, what they do, they go to somebody who created somebody and change the name, and then they present that. We don't do that. We built everything in-house, so we own the code of that. Okay. Let's say here is a example, our AI voice model. So the AI friend. If you Google the company Sesame AI, okay, they have AI friend. That's all they have, just an AI friend. Their valuation is $1.5 billion just for AI friend. Okay, and so on. So you have the AI systems included. You have the global customer reward program included, where we says, Rakuten is, I think it's between 10, 11, and I think I also seen 13 billion valuation, depends where you check. And then, of course, fully integrated commerce ecosystem. So the entire platform for merchants, for consumers, for nonprofits, for agencies, and you're a co-owner of all of that. And you have the ownership in the core technology, and we are disrupting the industry. So we are talking here of the potential of a company of $1 trillion. That's what we are talking here. Now, you have multiple exit strategies. So if you purchase a share and then you want to sell a share, for some reason you don't believe anymore on Booster, or your life situation changes and you want to sell, you can do that. You have 4 ways how you can profit from these shares. Most of affiliates, I hope, will use the first option, which is hold your shares, not sell them, hold them, and collect dividends from your share. Like if you would own Amazon, doesn't matter, the same thing, collect dividends. Okay. You can sell the shares internally to the members, okay? Or we as a company will be buying back shares. We will actually create a system where we will offer a buyback of the shares as a company, okay? Now, the third option is we are thinking about it. That doesn't mean that will happen, but there is an option that once we are finished, once we have everything what we need, we go on a stock market. Okay. And if you go on the stock market, then you probably know valuation on a stock market of that kind of company. We are not talking anymore $100 million that was your valuation. We are talking billions and billions of dollars. So imagine if you have one share that you pay $1,000 based on 100 million valuation, and the valuation is only 1 billion, then your share is $10,000. In the valuation is a 10 billion, your share is $100,000, correct? And of course, the fourth option is partial sale to major tech companies. We already got some interest from major tech companies are interested in what we are doing and are seeing what we are doing. So it could happen, guys. I will never, I want to be straightforward and completely honest. If somebody comes to me and offers me $10 billion for 50% of the company, of course I will do it. Absolutely. Once we are fully developed, when everything fully works, and this is also your potential, because then you can sell your share for maybe 100 times or even 1,000 times more than you purchase it. Okay. Let's be realistic. This is a business. Okay. So this is if you are a shareholder. Now, the last thing is, of course, the booster eco. And guys, all of you, I think probably all of you have some tokens, because everybody who was the FCM member, as you know, we gave you the tokens for free, which was never promised before, which we did because we want to say thank you for everybody who was a founding circle member. Okay, so we gave you the tokens. Now you know that the value of the price of the tokens was 1 cent on October 9th when the token has come out. I don't know what is value now. Uh, does somebody know maybe from her?
I checked today, but it was 0.011.
So 1.1 cent. So it has gone up 10%.
Yeah.
Okay. So in 2 months, the value of token has gone up 10%. Of course, this is changing, daily or weekly or however. This is all done completely automatically by algorithms. So it depends how many new registration we have, how many new people have tokens, how many new products we have, how many new merchants we have, how many new members of the eco community are there. So it all depends on that. So, but guys, super important to understand. Right now, you can get the token for 1.1 cent, correct? The early adopters got it for 1 cent. Now, right now, you can get it for 1.1 cent. January 15th, which is in less than 2 weeks, our entire team, Marco, Matthew, and Shannon, are going to Dubai. They will be in Dubai 3 to 4 weeks. In that 3 to 4 weeks, they will open the company in Dubai and get a token license in Dubai. Token license in Dubai is the most valued license that you can have in the crypto world. And probably less than 1% of all tokens have that kind of license, because most of tokens have absolutely no license. They can actually legally operate without any license. Okay, so I'm not saying they're scamming or whatever. They just decided not to have it. Just that basic license will open Booster to outside investors, because there's so many, there are thousands or hundreds of thousands of big investors out there who are in crypto, who are looking for new opportunities. And when they see that a company got a token license in Dubai, you're automatically on their radar. You can expect price change at that point of a booster token. The next step is, the moment when we have the license, we are applying for VARA license. VARA license is the highest level of license in crypto world, and less than 0.01% of tokens have it. Now imagine you have a license that has less than 0.01% of tokens have it. How exposed you become to big investors that way. Through this roadmap, okay, once we are getting these licenses, we will also start internal trading. And once we have all of the licenses, and once we have a big enough community, we start public exchange listings. Guys, first of all, it's illegal to say anything about the value of the token, what I think it will be. But believe me something, that all the tokens I own is my thoughts that will take care of the next 10 generations of my family. Not the money, because I'm investing all the money into Booster. I'm broke because everything what I have, I'm investing into development to pay for developments. Okay. But the tokens that I have in Booster will be taken care of next 10 generations. And I strongly suggest everybody to get tokens before January 16th. And I will tell you why. Because what will change is the staking. Now we give 30% staking. Once we, not January 16th, sorry, before the end of January, because the moment we get the company in Dubai with the license, the staking will change, will probably be about 10% a year staking rewards. Now they're 30% a year staking rewards. Okay. Secondly, with the announcement that we will do on the 16th, the similar to FCM membership, okay, you will be able to get passive income from all of the marketing campaigns worldwide through tokens. Okay, so this will be super, super important. So I don't want to say too much. I already said absolutely too much. But guys, just that you understand where this is going. We have also implemented a feature, and we are redesigning it that will be even much more user friendly, where the end consumer will be able to decide if he wants cashback or he wants tokens. And guys, to understand why this is so important, every member of a community, which means token community, booster token community, brings value to the valuation of a token. More members you have who own the token, higher value of the token it is. And because we don't have just investors who buy tokens and affiliates who buy tokens, we also want end consumers to have tokens because we will have tens or hundreds of millions of end consumers. We want them to get tokens through shopping. And with that, we will grow our community 100 times faster. So this is why we implemented the swap option in the Booster app. Okay. Now, why is the time to get Booster tokens now? First of all, unmatched API rewards, so 30% staking, which will change. Imminent Dubai licensing, which means when we get licensing, this means regulatory approval, which is expected by end of January, will elevate BTC tokens to investors and will create a big trust. You have now the early adopter advantage. You have higher rewards, okay, and sustainable long-term value. So now the last slide I have, focus right now, affiliate focus strategy before the marketing campaign starts is build your affiliate network. Number one, till end of January, guys, or till 15th of February, before the first campaign is out, you should 1000% focus everything what you can on bringing as many people to Mondays and Thursdays business infos, make these people affiliates, make sure they get tokens, especially with that new deal that we will have. Okay, get their shares of the company if they want, but that will be your core team. That will be the team that will start creating your local shopping communities. Once January 15 is here, why is January 15 February 15 so important? Because February 15th is the launch actually of the first campaign. Why is that important? Because you will start hearing about Booster, which means branding be out there. If somebody will Google Booster, they will see a bunch of advertising. We will be in newspapers, on magazines, all over. Okay, this will be a great start to start building your local shopping community on the merchant part. So between now and February 15, you build your shopping community on what? On step one and step two, registering core team of affiliates, growing the network of affiliates. And by February 15, we will be ready for the merchant. Everything will work perfectly. Okay. And advertising will be there. The brand will be there so that the merchants will trust when you go out and start registering them. So these are the points that are super, super important right now. Okay. So with this, I have done what I prepared for today.